Good afternoon, everybody. It is Fairview Live here on a Thursday, and we have a special for you. I know that everyone in the town has driven by the building that I'm in right now and probably wondered why it's always so busy. And I am going to tell you why today. I'm going to introduce you to the amazing owners, learn a little bit more about them, and they're going to tell us about some upcoming events and specials that they have going on. So first, thank you so much for having us, Dawn and Teleen Norman. They are the owners here. We are at Fairview Liquors. And is it Fairview Liquors in store, or it's just Fairview Liquors?
Fairview Liquors and Fine Wines. And
Fine Wines. Okay, Fairview Liquor and Fine Wines. And let's just start with telling us, like, how long have you been here in Fairview, and then how did you decide to open this store?
So, we've been in Fairview 10 years?
12 years.
12 years. And I guess about 10 years ago, our neighbor who owned the store, we had met, became friendly with, said he was interested in selling the store.
Okay.
My wife and I were always really into wine. So we said, if you're serious, get back to us. And it was 6 months later, he got in touch with us, and here we are.
Dawn, you might want to go like that and talk it. It's a mic. That way everyone can hear you.
Wonderful. And you guys are going to hear this door going off because it is a busy, busy store, but hopefully you can hear us. And so 10 years, and what were you guys doing before that? Was this something that was a natural business fit for you? You were self-employed before, or this was just a jump into the water head first and see what happens?
Well, we moved here for my wife's job.
Okay.
So I'm in oncology drug development, so I've been doing that since 1990. We moved here in 2013. I had an opportunity, a firm that I was working at was acquired by a large oncology center here in Nashville, and one of the terms of the acquisition was that I had to relocate. So I continued to work in the Boston area. Dawn and the family moved here. Dawn's a retired policeman from New Jersey. So he was a stay-at-home dad starting in 2010, and then in 2017 we purchased the store.
Awesome. And so did you guys have kids that went to Fairview, any of the Fairview schools, or were they already grown up?
Yeah, when we moved here, my son was a sophomore in high school, and Allison was going into 5th grade.
Oh, okay. Was that a bit of a shock for him from the north to the south, or was it a pretty easy transition?
No, I think our son kind of rolls with it. He transitioned. I think everybody really transitioned. I struggled more because I was still working in the Northeast. So for 7 years after we moved here up until COVID, I spent 42 weeks out of the year in Boston. It was just home on weekends.
Oh wow, that's a lot of travel.
Yeah, it was. But this I think was a good addition to things that definitely has me staying home a little more.
So are you still doing that, or are you
Yes,
full-time?
still working full-time in oncology drug development for a biotech company in Massachusetts.
Well, we moved here in 2016, but I have to tell you, one of the first things that I actually heard was about this store. And the thing was, it was about the wine. It was like, you have got to go in. They have got such a good selection. They go to all these different vendors and locations, and they find and bring back not only specialty wines, but my husband is a bourbon fan, and so I guess I'm going to ask you about this, Dawn. Apparently, is there a secret bourbon shopping that happens here? Tell us about that.
During the bourbon craze, I guess, going through COVID, people just had so much free time, so they would call the bourbon hunters to come out. So instead of just putting them on the shelf where they belong, we kind of pepper them around the store. Especially when we opened the gift side, it was a way to get the guys over to the gift side. So we kind of stashed files around. It was kind of like an Easter egg hunt. A couple times a month we do it. And it's just kind of caught on. Guys enjoy doing it. And hunt around and be happy when they found it.
So is that still happening? You can still do a hunt here?
Every once in a while we do it, but not nearly as much as we had done.
Okay, wonderful. And then, of course, when I started coming here, it was only the liquor side of the store, and then there were this side of the store, and then there was Grace Works on the other side. And then it sounds like you guys had the opportunity to purchase that and then expand. So tell me about the expansion a little bit and how you kind of decided to bring what I believe is probably one of the coolest shops, seriously, here in the city, with all the different gift opportunities for the kids and for cooking, culinary stuff.
So, you know, I very much enjoy Williamson County, and it's really nice the amount of small businesses that are here. But we kind of are on the outskirts of it as far as Franklin and Brentwood, and it seemed that every time we had a quick, you know, hey, come over for dinner, and I didn't want to just bring a bottle of wine or something. You know, Walmart was my only option. I found some great things at Vintage Finds, and, you know, things like that. So I was really excited when that opened, and then Benet. You know, it's great having this, but, you know, even before then, there really weren't many options besides Walmart. So I found myself always driving 30 minutes into Franklin to get something, or we walked into a bottle of wine.
Which seems natural.
Or made something or cooked something too, you know, which is also fun. So it was a lot of, you know, I want to bring something to Fairview that you have a birthday party, you have a housewarming, you need a quick gift, or something thoughtful even, something special, that we could at least have something in Fairview, but that was appropriate for the community. You know, you want something that's of high quality, and doesn't, you know, break the bank to buy it. You want a few more options than what a big box Walmart would have. You know, maybe I could find some local artisans or small business. And I really work really hard when I do go to market to find things that are made in the U.S. or, you know, even made in, you know, some European brands that we can bring over versus a lot of that mass produced. But it's tough with a price point, right? And, you know, I don't want to spend $75 on a t-shirt. I don't think anybody else in Fairview wants to do that either. So it's finding that balance of what to bring into the store, but it was really, you know, stop here first before driving a half an hour to someplace else. And I figured if we could do that, that would be great. I think our biggest validation was a teacher who came into the shop. It was a really cute story. I guess it was last Valentine's or the Valentine's before. The Girl Scout troop had to, you know, make Valentines and things, and while they're making, the leader said, you know, oh, what's your favorite store in Fairview, right? And the kids were saying, no, I love Walmart, and, you know, all the different places. And one little girl said, how do you spell liquor? And she was like, I wasn't sure if I should tell her. I said, okay, well, this is how you spell it. Why? She goes, oh, I love Fairview Liquors, because when my mom gets her wine, I get to get something from the gift shop. So, you know, we want to be part of the community. You know, we just don't want to, you know, be a liquor store. So I think that was part of it, too.
Yeah, and I have kind of a story like that, too, where I've had somebody, I love getting my closing gifts from here. It's very easy. Like you said, they're classy, they're good quality, but they're a good price point so that I don't have to go, you know, or shop off of Amazon or something that it's very, you know, personal here. And I had a friend that texted me, it was like 8:30 in the morning, and they see me walking and they're like, man, are things hard for you right now? Like, what's going on? I'm like, no, I'm getting a gift, I swear. But there are so many amazing gifts over there, and lots of like unique things too. Fairview, like specific, there's lots of Yellow Jacket stuff, all of the kiddos that are going to colleges, so there's a bunch of college, collegiate stuff, there's school books, there's things for babies. Like I was saying, there's, the last thing I got was a, like a cutting board, a very classy cutting board here for a gift. So there are, you have to come and take a look, especially for Christmas coming up. I did a ton of shopping for my man here. I think I got him boxers, a cigar, you know, I bought him a lot of things that he was very happy with, so definitely think about them. And, you know, transitioning to events coming up, of course we have a ton of holidays coming up, but then you guys have some events coming up too, right?
Yeah, so November 8th, we'll be having a full open house. So we have a lot of summer, spring clearance. November 8th, Saturday, right? Saturday, November 8th. We'll be having a fall open house. So I'm going to have a back of the store will be full of all spring, summer clearance, and the entire gift side of the store will be turned over for Christmas and Thanksgiving. So the warehouse is full of all new merchandise and things that we're getting ready for Christmas. So yes, Christmas themed, but also brand new gifts that, you know, aren't Christmas, but that you would seek to hopefully look for Christmas gifts, not just Christmas decor. I think we're going to have some special bottle releases and things.
Yeah, we have a private barrel coming from Fork Distillery that we did. We were able to source some local honey from Fairview, and we did a honey infused barrel.
Oh wow!
And then we purchased a barrel of their bourbon and moved it to a honey-infused barrel where it sat for a few months, and they actually just bottled it this week.
Wow. And what does that look like? Is that like something that you come in and do a tasting for, or?
So we'll have all the bottles to sell. We always have a sample bottle open.
Okay.
And we actually, it was great after we infused the barrel, they emptied the excess honey out and they refiltered it and bottled it for us.
Oh wow.
So we'll have a bourbon aged honey and a honey aged bourbon
Ooh.
together.
That is amazing.
Yeah, so
That's
so we'll release that date, and I believe the distilleries also be doing a tasting here, showing everything else that they produce over there.
And do you guys do that often, like wine tasting and that kind of thing here? I've seen it a couple of times where people are here, vendors are here kind of showing and sampling, but is that something that you do often, or?
Yeah, we do as often as the schedule allows and they have availability to send somebody out. The space we're sitting in works great.
Yeah.
The tasting bar, we do keep a lot of things open. As new customers come in, if they're curious about trying something, then we can offer it to them to sample.
Is that something that's on a schedule where people will be able to go and go, okay, it's coming up, let's do this, or let's plan this?
You know, we'd like to, I think, do it a little more frequently.
Yeah.
It's time, you know, I work full time, you know, so that's, like, I'm usually up here doing a lot of that. But I mean, I think we're also hoping, we just came back from the Finger Lakes region of New York, which has some amazing wineries. They're known for their Rieslings, their ice wines, dessert wines. So fingers crossed, we have an amazing winery that we've worked with actually for years and have been visiting for over 30 years up there. We're hoping to bring their wines in and have them for tasting that day as well. You know, there's so many different varietals and regions, you know, we talk about it all the time, but when you find that little small local, you know, in the US, you know, not just California, there's a whole other coast that actually produces some amazing wines. And with Thanksgiving and Christmas, there's some amazing wines to bring for everybody. So we'll definitely do a wine tasting. I think we'd like to do tastings more often.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah. Time,
Right.
resources, people.
Yeah, because it's not just pouring. You know, we want to teach people about the wine. Why did we choose this wine? Why did we bring it in? You know, what's different about it? And there's nothing more fun than introducing someone to a brand new wine, especially if, you know, there's old, you know, labels that everybody likes, or labels that they think they can rely on, or this must be a good bottle because it's $200.
Right.
There's a lot of amazing wines under $20 that you can sometimes put against a more expensive bottle, and you'll love even more.
That's awesome. Now, is there a date on the bourbon release yet, or will that?
November 8th,
Oh, it's
Saturday,
November 8th,
right?
okay.
I think Saturday is the 8th.
So then all of these events are happening November 8th. That sounds like
it'll
a
just be
big
an
day.
open house.
Yeah.
We're hoping to have, we're not sure about food yet, but you usually have somebody
We'll
come
have
and do
we'll have
food.
cigar. We have some vendors donate cigars, like cigar events as well.
Okay, wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Real
And then,
nice.
what is next for Fairview Liquor and Fine Wine? Is there anything big that you know, because I just feel like entrepreneurs just can't help themselves to put their hand in the next cookie jar. So am I right on that, or are you guys kind of, what you have going on right now, you just want to keep consistent and just keep slowly growing that?
Yeah, I think we're pretty content right now. I mean, the gift side was definitely a stepping stone, and it's been a learning curve, you know, for the last couple of years. But I think Teleen has it pretty much dialed in now.
So this lot next to you, you're not buying and building anything, you know, big on or
No.
anything?
I think for now we're pretty content for now.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I love this store. I think that if you have not stopped in, you know, get over the fear of having people see you with your car outside. You know, there's parking down here so that you can hide if you're worried about it, but the shopping side of it is fantastic. Mark your calendar for November 8th. Come in, see that, see all the specials that they have going on. And we just thank you so much. Is there anything else that you guys want to share with the community? We're just so appreciative of you taking time to let us get to know you guys. The Lovebirds have been married 33 years, so you know this is long-lasting commitment over here.
I just think we're grateful to the community that they shop at our store.
One of these days, the Williamson County Schools will allow us to participate in things and donate.
Yeah.
Who we need to talk to?
We've tried.
We've tried scholarships, everything.
We're going to
Yeah.
get the Camp Area now. We're going to, because they're more than welcome to take our support. So
Good.
we're a sponsoring team for Golf Out Friday.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
got to
right.
speak with them for a little while, so we're going to offer a scholarship there for kids that just can't afford to go. So we'll offer a scholarship for kids that can't for the summer.
Oh, that's
Yeah, but if somebody knows how to do a scholarship for the trades, like we've been trying through Williamson County, I'd really like to give scholarship for kids that are seeking trade type careers, whether that's, cosmetology, cooking, diesel mechanics. I mean, these tools, my daughter-in-law went through cosmetology school. I mean, those wigs, and they're $90 a pop. You need several of them. I mean, it's expensive. Diesel mechanics, several $1,000s.
Oh, the trades are huge.
So we'd love to do a scholarship for the trades. So if somebody knows how to put that together, would love to do it.
Well, I have a senior, and I don't know if it's allowed in the store, but they have a shadow day coming up on the 23rd, this coming Thursday. So, even something like this, obviously, you have what you are selling, but there's so much more that goes into a business of just the day and the inventory, the employees, all that stuff. So, I don't know, if you're allowed to, you might, come and talk to Tom and Teleen and see if they are willing to let you come and job shadow. So.
And our employees are great. They allow us to travel and do time away. We haven't hired anyone in over 4 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we have most of our crews retired people that work part-time. We have a couple full-time.
Yeah.
But they treat it as if they're own.
Yeah.
We couldn't have the business we have without them, really.
No, the Fairview community has been amazing. It was hard to leave the Northeast, leave New Jersey, all our family, but we made the absolute best choice in Williamson County to come to Fairview, for sure. I have no doubts about it. I'll drive the 30 minutes to do something to be able to leave.
Oh yeah, I feel like that every one of us, and this is why we do this at Fairview Live, is because we want people to know that there are community stories out there. There's people who have transferred or have moved for so many places, but in the end, they all have the same end result, the same story. They love Fairview, they love the community, they love the businesses, and we're just all very, very lucky. And we're lucky that you shared your story with us. We hope you come out on November 8th. If you have any questions, we'll put their contact information down below. And if you know anyone else that you want to hear their story, please share this with them and ask them to reach out to us, and we will come to them. I promise you, 20-30 minutes, we're in and out, and it's painless. Was it painless?
It was painless.
Okay, good. All right, until next time, thanks guys. Have a great day.